I'm Ian.
I'm Colin.
I'm Wolf,
I'm Manuel.
I'm Chelsea.
And I'm Laurel.
and we just finished playing Pool Poopers, and we're here to give you our opinion on it.
Spoiler alert.
Right?
I was the pooper.
She was. Yeah, if you skip straight to this without watching the game, it seems weird.
You missed a lot of yelling.
There's much discussion.
J'accusing.
So,
But I'm.
yeah. Who wants to start? Thoughts? Anybody?
Fun.
Anybody? Fun?
Fun.
It's a good one.
Good use of the mechanic. Like we've seen other games with this, with this basic heads-up, 7-up kind of mechanic, Mafia, that sort of thing. And this one was very engaging. I thought that the some of the design elements we might get into more, like the different areas coming online and going offline, the different sort of not the point values with the big pool having two.
But only one making it.
Yes,
one
one
will
closing
close
it,
but it has two.
But two possibilities that you had to check. The specificity of the cards, the way that they interacted, I thought those were all seemed very well balanced and well designed.
I had a lot of fun. I mean, it's always fun using kind of logic and trust in a game. As a group, we played a lot of Resistance, like where I'm sure you probably designed this around that and got the idea to kind of improve upon it. And we generally like the theme of it. It's fun to talk about throwing poop into different pools. I was thinking it would be a lot of fun to have an actual bathroom, like, or an outhouse, like right here in the corner. I just think that would be kind of funny to give somebody even an option that they can actually poop in a toilet.
The child is just being
but they're just not going to. They're going to choose to poop in the pool. So it'd be fun to kind of like use that as a fun little mechanic. I don't know. I mean, that's just a weird suggestion, but we had a lot of fun doing the deduction and arguing and generally talking about nothing in particular. But
I think you'll see that we all had a lot of fun. There were a couple things. I have the nitpicky stuff since I read the rules. So there were a couple things. One, it wasn't really clear with I don't know if we did the right thing with kind of passing the cards around and different people starting the draw and different people not getting cards. There wasn't really anything in the rules about how that works. And so if you want to, you probably want to, if we did it right or if we did it wrong, you probably want to spell out however it should be done in the rule book and just let us know, who draws the first card each turn and does that pass around the table. It also helps, games like this, you generally have someone who that person then can like collect the votes and everything like that. And so it just makes it a little easier to kind of have this like, all right, you're in charge of this round. Then a couple of other little things, the kind of the flavor on these action cards, like you become a European tourist, you are allowed to look at any card. Those don't really make sense to me. Like, first of all, I don't understand how, like, me becoming a European tourist almost makes me think I should take this card that I have and switch it for a European tourist card or something like that. Like it's saying,
I see.
like, it's just weird.
Yeah.
It, like, when I just read the top part and then I read what the action is, that doesn't make sense. To me, something like you climb to the top of the water slide would let you look at the pool in the water slide, or you do a dive into the pool instead of becoming an Asian tourist, letting you switch two tiles, jumping into the pool and, like splashing water around would let you change two tiles. So just making these, what you call these cards, a little closer to what the action does, if you can think of some way to name the card that
like Adult
matches.
Swim or
right, yeah. Only
kids in the pool.
No kids in the pool kind of thing like that, or something like that, yeah. And then the other little thing was, and we don't care, but you have the sneaky kid that took a shit in the pool, and shit is just generally poop is kind of like the friendly word, and then shit is like the adult word. So it's just like no problem. But if you want to market the whole thing to younger to more people
Like
and make it
families.
poop, yeah, and you just use poop everywhere else. I think it's fun. Like pool pooper, like that is fun to just those p sounds and stuff. It's fun.
Yeah.
the
It
hard
is.
thing.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's
It
funny.
is fun to
So
say.
honestly, like pool pooper, I think is funnier too. So I would just
Pool
kid that took a
shitter.
poop.
Pooped in the
Yeah.
pool.
It's
So
not bull shitter.
yeah. So, but those are just little things, and then just some stuff on checking. There were just some typos here and there, and I know it's still a work in progress and everything like that. But just make sure when you finalize it to check for all those things, because even on the box there were some little typos, it should have been TOO instead of TO and stuff like that. So little things like that. But other than that, I think you have a great start. We all had a lot of fun. Manny?
Yes, thank you. I have a lot of fun. It's kind of one of my first game, and was easy to understand. Just a few things when they he mentioned to flip two cards, which cards. So I don't know if you'd be more specific about that. And there was the ones on the pools, and but yeah, I like the design, and and yeah, I would love to play again.
Yeah, I agree. I had a lot of fun too. I agreed with Colin that like we were talking about that he said there should be a bathroom, and then I was thinking yeah, it should be an option too. So like potentially if you wanted to be really weird with it, like the pool pooper could move the poop to the bathroom, and then potentially that could be another spot to guess, but like how would that change up the dynamics of like, are we really gonna guess the bathroom? You know,
Yeah.
like did they?
Because
really,
nobody likes it when somebody forgets to flush.
But at the same time, if you guessed it,
That's
it
true.
wouldn't necessarily. Well, it could be closed, and then the bathroom would.
Sure.
Be,
Maybe
like,
if it was they clogged the toilet.
exactly. Yeah.
So you can only
So-
so you can only use it once, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fun. And then we were also wondering because there were 5, and this game is
It's up to
for
7,
up
yeah.
to 7. So we were wondering, if we did that right, or if maybe there could be more cards, just to give it more of a variety, like
One out every time, so you're not always looking at the,
The same ones
whirlpool.
every
One
time.
thing
Yeah,
we were
shuffle and
concerned about
remove
is that
one.
you're always guaranteed to look at the pool, so the chances that somebody's actually going to put the poop there are probably less because they don't want it discovered.
yeah,
Because the majority, the greater odds are that the person who draws the card that says you can look at the water slide is going to be somebody good, just statistically. So most people are going to say, yeah, the poop is there if somebody puts it there. So the pooper's never going to want to put it there.
yeah. I mean, as the pooper, I refrained from putting it in the whirlpool because I knew that someone, and I didn't know who,
Right.
would eventually would be looking in that every single turn. So I think a wider variety of options, that could be mixed up. So you could have all of these, but then more,
Yeah.
and then just mix them up.
I would also be careful with something I just thought of 7 players. I don't know if this is the first time, because on the box it says it's only for 5, but you told us it was for 5 to 7. So if this is the first time, maybe if we're playing 7, there are 3 people on the bad team, or because the more people you add,
Oh,
it just
yeah.
stacks it against the bad team.
The
a
votes
little
can
more.
just always go against
Yeah.
them.
True.
So
Yeah.
so there's a chance, it becomes a 1 in 5 chance that your teammate's going to look at it, and then more people are at it. Now it's a 1 in 6 chance, a 1 in 7 chance, and it gets less and less likely that your teammate's going to get that card.
Yeah.
It did seem like they were saying. I don't know if you intended the number of cards to be just 5, or if there could be a larger variety or something, or if this is balanced specifically for just 5, and this is how we get the information we need. Like, is it like a free cell thing where we could always solve it if we just figured out how to use the information right? But
No, if people lying, I don't think that's the.
Yeah.
the
I
variable.
wonder if because it felt like a good number. At number of cards, if we only had 5 people and we had 5 cards, that feels like it almost would be
Too much.
potentially too much information, and we
Well,
would get
I think
swamped.
I think it gives more options for the
For checking.
pool pooper.
Yeah,
and
for the bad team to
lie.
futz with things.
Yeah, if
I
there's
can see
more
that.
cards. So I can see how it would work with 5 cards for 7 people, and then I can also see, if you added 2 more cards, how it would just be a different dynamic, I think.
And then if you did add a greater variety of cards, or just even if you
You
added
did do.
additional, yeah, if you added additional cards like this, you know, another Asian tourist or something like that, then would you start to change the number of cards depending on the number of players? Like, would it be n
Yeah.
minus one?
Yeah, or
Something
shuffle
like-
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shuffle
that's what
up
I was
each
thinking.
time
If you
and
had
draw
a
5
total of
cards out of
7
10.
cards,
Yeah.
and then it's always number of players minus 2 or something.
Right.
I
and a
think that
random.
would be interesting if you had like a deck of those cards and then you drew a certain number, so you weren't guaranteed to get the same cards each time.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause
Because
you weren't
then
gonna get
people
the
could
same
poop in
information.
this
Yeah.
pool,
With impunity.
and
Finally.
maybe someone would check it, but maybe not.
Right.
And
And
you
the
know,
poop could go all the way down the water slide.
Right.
The whole way
Nasty.
down.
Yeah, just
Poop here,
Diarrhea.
and then it ends up
Oh.
here.
oh,
yeah.
no.
I don't know if the system would allow for it, but it seems like some variety in the cards would open the things up a little more. Because as it is, like they said, we found the whirlpool to be basically an unplayable spot,
An unpoopable pool.
an unpoopable pool, which I
Um,
guess is the
yeah.
best.
Yeah, and I did you have some? Or just
Go
your
ahead.
general thoughts? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We just kind of cut
Well,
off
I
before you
can-
got to your
I can
general
get to my
thoughts.
general thoughts if we're ready
Um,
for that. You just seemed like you wanted to say
Oh
something.
yeah. So yeah, one other thing was one thing we weren't clear on was like the voting on voting. Like, did we need to have a public vote? Like, okay, do we need majority approve to do a vote on the sauna publicly, and then we do the private vote, like where we were doing the raising? Was that right? Do we really, or
Motion
not,
to vote and then the vote. Or,
yeah, like how do you? I don't know if we were doing that right. That part was just a little bit kind of confusing. Of we're holding a public vote then a private vote.
I
and
mean,
it's a
they
little-
do that in Resistance,
Yeah.
where you vote with those little, they're like little
Yeah, yeah,
things.
Okay, yeah, I suppose.
Whether you accept or deny the motion, and then
the mission
it's
players
just,
vote.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. That's fair
On that note, you also might want to think about developing some voting cards.
Yeah, we didn't have. I don't know if that was a problem with the print and play, but I'm sure you saw we were using just playing cards for the voting
You
cards.
got one of the closed in there.
Oh, whoops. But I know you saw we were using just playing cards for the votes, and so I'm sure those were supposed to be in the print and play. So you might want to talk to whoever did the printing about that. But yeah, and then maybe little like Laura was saying, little voting chips
Tokens,
Yeah.
little poops.
to say like,
Yeah.
okay, are we voting on this? Yeah, kind of thing like
Yeah.
that. So,
Yeah. I mean,
And poops to keep score too.
yeah, I think
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
scoring, you could even just have these same tokens and have like a little,
You just
where
do
you
it
do
on
a
the board.
clear or
You
a
just
poop.
do it right here.
Yeah, you could do it right here.
Yeah.
But you'd need,
Next to the sauna.
I guess you would
They
only
could they could be chairs.
need
They could be the
five.
You would need two.
Oh,
I guess
yeah,
you could
little-
get
yeah,
two
little things. And then
just
you,
for
you
the
put the poop on there on a towel.
because the close will mark when a poop's done. So there
Yeah.
just needs to be two to say like two chairs, like they were saying that you can put or something like that when there's a successful. Because right now this only shows you the number of
be
points.
3. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess it could be 2, but
Yeah, because they only have the two closed.
Well,
Yeah.
there's
so-
no place for people to lounge around. If there's
yeah.
a pool.
right.
okay. Yeah.
So-
So,
We
it
Can't
could be
see
2.
the
So if you have
expensive-
if you have two markers that mark
just off map.
also that the players have won or something to mark which round we're on, just to track a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, you could build all that into the board. It looks like just a little, some deck chairs here with numbers on them, and some round counter here or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's all pretty easy. The vote counters and some kind of chips just for ease of
Public voting.
public voting.
Yeah.
But like mechanic wise, core game wise, this thing was awesome.
Yeah, I think it was super fun. I really enjoy these types of games. I obviously get very heated about them.
Passionate.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's never happened before.
But I did really enjoy this game. I enjoy the silliness of it. The only
Yeah.
thing that if I was gonna be nitpicky, is to maybe mix up the skin tones and stuff on these cards. Maybe just add a little bit of difference in there. That's really the only thing I could say that like hasn't been said already.
Yeah, just to make it more widely.
Oh,
Or make
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
kind of poopers. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe you could be an old man pooper.
Especially, I mean,
Well, you
some of
only have
them are
one.
identical. Like the
Yeah.
swimmers are identical.
Yeah, but you could pick which kind of pooper
the
you want to
know-it-alls
be.
are identical. You know, you could
Yeah.
definitely
Well, but it's
change
a
that
hit.
up.
Yeah, it's a hidden.
I know it's a hidden. That's
Yeah,
the,
you
that's
don't.
the
You
thing
don't
about
want.
these.
You
You
don't
don't
want
see these
more.
very often.
You don't want. You just specifically don't want more than one pooper card because that's going to confuse people.
Right.
Yeah,
If they get
maybe
mixed
not.
in,
Yeah.
they don't want to understand that. So, like, I
Yeah.
understand what you're saying. Like, as far as the ones that don't matter that are interchangeable, yeah. But you only only want to have one of the
Yeah.
of the
I'm-
pool.
No, those
because
are
you can
fine. I
confuse-
think they're fine.
You can
Yeah.
confuse people.
I mean,
so.
I'm just saying that, you know, maybe
Yeah.
just not all like pasty white people.
Hmm.
Is what that's you know.
Also, the one thing we did think about while we during the gameplay, you would have seen, we wanted to turn on music during the
Oh yeah.
dive around. You know, when we all closed our eyes because we figured otherwise
You might
the
be able
table's
to
too
hear-
quiet to not hear it. So.
Well, I think part of that is just because we're kind of crammed close together.
But if you're playing this game at a regular table, I feel like it'd be pretty similar.
Yeah,
don't you?
you can put music on. We also just can't put music on normally because of we keep it really quiet in here because we're recording too.
Yeah.
So it's just a little different from our normal. But yeah, there's definitely maybe just a recommendation in the rule to have some kind of. It helps to have a little background
that's
noise
good.
to help mask any noise of the pool pooper
Yeah.
doing their pooping because you don't want it ruins the game if you accidentally find out who the pooper is.
Yeah.
You know, by just like hearing them or something like that. Like it's just not as much
Yeah,
fun.
Yeah.
To figure it
especially
out that way.
because I was like, I had to do it 5 times. So like, just one of those times, if like either of these guys would have like specifically noticed, like, so I had to be really careful. And then like one time, like you cut the music off like right as I was like, and I was like,
Yeah, I
you know?
noticed that too.
So-
I was fumbling around with it. I didn't mean to. So, oops.
So yeah, it would help to like maybe have like say set a timer,
Little poop timer.
like yeah, something like that. Like yeah, that would be cute. You know, even like it could look like it.
No.
You know, like
No.
yeah.
Right.
So yeah, but
Yeah.
other than that, I think
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we had a lot of fun. So yeah, I think we
Definitely.
you got solid core mechanics. I think maybe just kind of look at a little bit of some of the flavoring and tightening up some of the just how things are written and explained. But I think core mechanic wise, you got something great here. So thanks a
Definitely.
bunch and keep up the good work.
thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.